Hey gang, welcome back. Chef Leah with Extraordinary Artisan Table Eat Marketplace in Old Town Temecula in partnership with MSJC and Rancho Family Medical Group. And I am here with my beautiful daughter.
Hello.
Miss Gabrielle Rose. And I'm not totally the baker in the family, so that should tell you that we're in a baking for cooking essentials with an emphasis on health and wellness. We're now going to venture into the yummy, delicious land of baking and some math while we're in the kitchen, but not math with G because really she's just the baker. All right, so tell me, what are we doing?
So we're making a Basque burnt cheesecake. It's one of the easiest baked goods in the world you can make. You literally can't mess it up because you're supposed to burn it.
So part of this baking technique and this recipe is that it's keto. It's keto friendly. We're using monk fruit. I gave away one of the ingredients. So all of you beautiful people out there that are on the keto diet, you can have this. Also gluten-free, super low in carb, right?
Gluten-free, super low in carb, but you can also use coconut flour and almond flour as your alternative.
Yeah, so take us through the ingredients for the Basque burnt cheesecake.
Absolutely. So you've got 7 ingredients total. You've got cream cheese, sugar, monk fruit or sugar, salt, vanilla, flour. You've got 2 cups of heavy whipping cream and 6 eggs total.
And so then I know today we're using a gluten-free.
Gluten-free flour.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, well there we go.
Awesome.
So get us started.
Yeah, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna beat your cream cheese and your sugar in your mixer. I'm gonna let you.
I guess I'm Vienna White. All right.
Vienna.
So does this all go in?
Yes.
It all goes in. There you go. First bowl down.
So you're essentially creaming your cream cheese and your sugar together. You don't want to skip this step. It's necessary for your texture. Go ahead.
I'm the assistant.
So what you're looking for is for your sugar to be dissolved and for there to be no lumps remaining in your cream cheese.
So it helps to incorporate, right? Where's your little, there you go. Get that off your paddle. There we go.
These are the things that frighten me in the kitchen.
They do frighten her, but under controlled environment, you can hold your mixer well and you can turn up the speed and bring it down slowly and it'll get everything off your paddle.
And you absolutely want to scrape down all your sides to make sure you haven't forgotten any sugar. So that would be a bummer.
Yeah, it's also about incorporating. So what Gabrielle's doing right now is she's making sure that she incorporates any sugar that's left on the bottom or the side or in the paddle, right? To really make sure that she brings that all together. So are you gonna mix it one more time?
Exactly, you read my mind. So
Turn
just one
it
more
up.
quick mix.
That's it.
That's all I needed. See,
Yeah.
it's all in there. So after you've beaten your cream cheese and your sugar together, you're gonna start incorporating your eggs one at a time. So
Why don't I crack them for you?
I don't know. I was gonna
Or you're
try
just
and make
gonna
a
do
joke,
one at
but
a
I
time?
totally mixed it. Yeah, one at a time. So super easy. Just
Okay. I personally am going to recommend for all of my home cooks out there that you crack them and then add them. Look at that. Okay, ready? And there you go.
And if you're a person who's stressed about timing, it's just about 15 seconds.
No shells.
Next
egg. Ready? Bloop.
And we're
Ready
gonna
for the
give it a
next
little
one?
scrape here. Yeah, go ahead.
Always, this is part of baking that I do know. It's so important. You always want to just stop your mixer, especially with a cake like this, a batter like this, and you want to scrape your outsides, pull up from the bottom, and make sure that you're not missing any of the bits, right?
Yes.
Because incorporating all of your ingredients is essential with the science of baking.
All cakes, but this cake especially is so liquid based that that's really important. You're not getting any inconsistencies with the batter.
All right, ready for another egg?
Wait,
Ready?
we can't forget to pick it up again.
Ooh, look at the difference in the yolks. That's really cool. Okay, geeking out on yolks. There you go, there's another egg.
Thank you. Okay, next egg.
All right, next egg.
One at a time.
One at a
Slow and
time.
steady wins the race. Rushing here won't win you anything. We're gonna do another scrape and another egg, and this will be our last egg.
Yeah, well, the oven is definitely preheating. It's getting hot in this kitchen. All right, here you go,
And
kid.
we're preheating our oven to 400 degrees for this Basque burnt cake.
400. A little different in baking, but it's 400.
Ready.
All right. Do you have a special pan, or what do you use for your pan?
Yeah, so what we're gonna do, and the really fun thing about this is that we are going to kind of get some funky parchment up in here, but I will show you that after we get our flour and vanilla and all our other good stuff in here.
Flour, vanilla. Okay,
So
we've creamed the cream cheese with the sugar, 1. We've added all of our eggs,
yes,
2. And
Yes.
we're now adding
our flour.
our flour. Okay,
It's right here.
I can do this.
It's literally like this much flour. I've already sifted the flour, so it's really important that you are sifting in your flour.
And I just want to be correct that you can use coconut, almond,
So
right?
this is 1/3 cup of gluten-free flour right here. If you are using coconut and almond, you're going to do 2.5 tablespoons of almond flour. I wanted to say almond butter, and 2.5 tablespoons of coconut flour.
That's great to know, because that's exactly what I will be doing for my cake.
Yes. So we're just gonna go right in.
Oh, so you just dump it in?
Yep, because it's so little.
Oh, but half at a time?
I didn't want the flour to fly everywhere. I like the way
Oh.
my makeup looks right now. I want to keep it that way.
So you can put all the flour in at once though, right? And
then incorporate. So we're gonna go
Okay.
up to a medium speed.
okay.
And again, this is about 30 seconds. You always want to focus that you're not overbeating, over incorporating, because then you can get some funky textures. Perfect.
Wow.
Awesome.
You're not going to incorporate one more time, or you
Oh.
feel good?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'm forgetting my own advice. Okay.
What's next?
Salt and vanilla.
So why don't you add, let's trade spaces a little bit, and I'll help you get all these bits and pieces down. My goodness.
Okay, ready to start it? We're gonna go with our heavy cream.
Okay, I am ready. Ready?
And the heavy cream you're gonna add slowly as it incorporates.
So is that a good speed?
Go up a little bit.
A little bit more?
Just one. Perfect.
Okay.
Woo. And this is gonna get super, super loose. And you could even see it as watery, which it's not.
Okay, so don't be scared if it
Don't
looks a
be
little
scared
bit
if it
loose and
looks
watery.
loose.
All right. Patience is key. So I'm told.
And then while that's incorporating, we're gonna do a teaspoon of vanilla and a pinch of salt.
Can I help?
You can do a little bit.
Not too
Yeah.
much?
No, you're good. And over your shoulder.
Over our shoulder. And we like good salt in this family. It's really, really important to get a salt with a really good mineral, a nice flaky
Kosher salt is always a great way to go. Pyramid salt,
Absolutely.
all that stuff.
So how long does this go?
So, again, about just a minute, so we're actually good. If you want to pull that off and reincorporate.
Sure, I'd love to. And then while I do that, why don't you move all this stuff so we can get your baking pan up here?
Yes. I'm going to be using a spring form pan in this situation, so it's a little easier to, toss the cheesecake right out.
I just want to say that, you
Throw it
really
at
do
people.
have to incorporate. Especially with this cake. This is really interesting. I'm finding little blobs
chunkies?
Yeah, so should we mix it again one more time? Okay.
If you're finding blobs, then yes.
Oh, I have to bring it up first.
We keep making that mistake, don't we?
That's all right.
And then we're gonna basically butter parchment and crinkle it in. So
Okay.
what this is gonna do is gonna affect a really beautiful kind of almost like crinkled burnt crust without making a crust on the cheesecake, and it's really, really yummy.
You ready to go?
Let's
kid?
go. We're just gonna pour it in, pop it in the oven for 60 minutes, and then pull it out and let it cool. It's super, super simple. You just have to be a little patient while you're mixing.
Okay, I'm excited to get that in there. Do you need help?
Do you wanna pour and ice scrape, or do you wanna pour and ice?
Go ahead, start pouring. Look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. We have an
Don't move the
overhead.
parchment. Let the parchment do its thing.
Don't touch it. We have an overhead shot of this, right? Yes. Gorgeous. Maybe open it up, watch your bowl a little to where the camera is. There we go.
Scrape,
Can I
scrape,
start?
scrape.
Start scraping.
Make sure you get everything out. Don't waste any. And if you have too much, you can save your batter, because the great thing is that all of the milk and cream cheese will hydrate the flour. You can put it in the fridge. It'll last you like 24 hours. And you can put it in little cupcake tins. This makes the most adorable tiny cheesecakes, right?
Yes, I've had one. I've had many, actually, and they are my favorite.
And it's a very similar situation. You're gonna make the same exact batter, cupcake tins, 430 minutes, not 60 minutes. I'm gonna let you do the honors, Mom.
Ooh, is there enough room there? Do we need to
Yes.
bring? There is. Okay, here we go.
I told you she always stresses out when I put this in the oven. Right.
You don't need a pan underneath?
Nope.
Oh.
It's gonna blow up in the oven, but it's gonna stay in because of all the parchment.
Right in the middle though,
Right in the middle,
Okay.
top. And we're just gonna
Close that
give
up.
that close.
How long?
60 to 65 minutes, depending on your oven.
All right, well, we'll be back in 60 to 65 minutes. Okay, our basque cake is out. Such a decadent, creamy cheesecake. For those of you who are on the keto diet, this is fantastic for you. And for those of you who just like a really creamy, decadent, yummy cake, this is fantastic. So you can also make this keto, right? Which we talk about often by just changing your sugar up to the Lakanto sugar instead of using refined sugar, which I really prefer. And we have cream cheese in here. We have butter and we have eggs and we have a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of almond or coconut or gluten-free flour. So once this cools, you're going to gently peel the sides away because you don't want all those chunks to come out. Now, what happens by having the paper so crinkly, as Gabrielle had so well pointed out, is you just get the coolest design on the side of the cake. It's kind of what it's about. There's a lot of beauty in baking. And she really buttered the heck out of this. You see how it just peels away perfectly. Good idea. Okay, so here we go. Now, when you're cutting into this beautiful basque cake, just for serving, I always tell everybody just go down the middle and then go across the side. And then you can see all of your serving cut points. They always start by going across, across, and then I get my points. All right, so let's go ahead and cut into this. It's nice and cool. You can see what's left. There's very little cream left on the knife. And we're going to go ahead and pick this baby up and put it on the plate. This beautiful black plate to put it on. And just go ahead and take your time with anything like this. You can put your knife in between the parchment and the cake and you still have the springform base so it's steady. Then just wiggle it around a little bit. Take your knife out slowly because if you take the knife out fast from a cake like this, what's going to happen is you're going to pull the bottom apart. And then just jiggle it as you're pulling it out to loosen everything, okay? All right. And we have no parchment, a little bit of cheesecake left on that, but that's okay because I'll eat it. All right. So a few things you can do. You can just sprinkle some dried walnut on top because it's pretty and we love to serve things to our friends and family that are pretty. And then I have a little bit of agave here just for a nice effect on the plate, a little bit of dimension. And then I love pears. I love seasonal fruits. So we're going to go ahead and cut up a little bit of pear here. Starting at the top, nice grip. Bring your knife all the way through that pear. Flip it on its belly. Start over top. Using that bear claw, right? Using your knuckles to not only protect yourself, but to give you the slice, the thickness that you want, because you can also go super thin. All right? Oh, that's just pretty. There we go. So that's our basque cake. So for cooking essentials with an emphasis on health and wellness, this will complete our first course in baking, and I'm really excited to see you guys next week where we're going to meet Dr. Benauer from Rancho Family Medical Group. She's so cool, and I'm excited to have a conversation with her around health and wellness. And then we're going to bake 2 different breads, and it's a total surprise what's in the breads. I'll see you next time. This is Chef Leah. Take care. Let's eat this.